Welcome to another exciting episode of the podcast where the gang takes on racism.
Wait, Governor.
Know that I'm coming correct.
Let me talk to you guys about something that you can do both drunk and high that is extremely pleasant.
I think our podcast needs a budget for guns.
Cowboy. Rowdy. Well, shoot, dang. Crack a cold one, baby. What is it with this fucking podcast? I have my fists up for some reason.
What?
We decided it was a little overly ambitious to tackle racism in one episode, so we're just going to do a bunch of current events. Welcome to the podcast, guys.
God damn.
We have a resident comedian and show producer, Michael Booth.
Hello. That was just a... What's going on?
That was
Clearly
the hardest
inappropriate.
left turn.
Clearly inappropriate. I didn't mean to tie that to your name first, but also here we have California comedian and filmmaker Anthony Barrera.
What's up? What the fuck? Here we are.
Dude, every show has to start different, and sometimes we hit walls.
Dude. That was like those TikTok videos where there's the fart sound at the end of the dance, and like
Those
they're
are
like,
all the
"Do it
only
with
ones
me."
I watch.
And then they
You
like
could just
"Do it
say
with
TikTok
me."
videos.
The girl's like, she's like, and then the fart noise comes out. That's what you did right now. You're like, I'm gonna say racism right as he throws his hands up. Good thing I was throwing my hands up like this.
You just
Good
be happy
thing I
your
was
hands
putting
were
my
in
hands
and
up
not
like
out,
this.
okay?
Fuck.
Anthony, take us to Mars, please.
Oh, this was supposed to be educated discussion. So, our first topic. The first breathable air was manufactured on Mars in human history. They made 5 gallons of the sweet stuff, enough to last 10 minutes in a spacesuit. Here's a quick question. What would you do with those 10 minutes on Mars?
Oh, 10 minutes? Nah, I wouldn't go to Mars. I can't even afford the ticket to Mars. I definitely couldn't afford the oxygen once I got there, so I would not be there.
Dude. How mad would they be if you took a... How mad would they be if you took a bong rip and blew it into the oxygen?
Dude, what if you fart in the air and someone's like, "Oh, 10 minutes of fart air in Mars? God damn it."
You're like, the first weed smoke on Mars, dude!
What happened is someone gets in there and they have a gag reflex and they throw up and then they're like, "No!" Just that same ass air for fucking 10 minutes for $10 trillion. Hey, honestly,
All I
like
think of
the
now
air.
is Total Recall when his fucking helmet comes off and his
Yeah.
eyes are popping out. Like, that's all they have is this oxygen with the weed smoke, and they're like, "Here you go, dude." And then
Oh
he's
my
like,
God.
"Oh!"
Dude, here's what I like about air being so expensive on Mars. I think we finally have a suitable prison for rich people. Like, imagine if instead of having like $1 billion in your bank account, so you can go to white-collar prison and have all the commissary in the world.
You guys realize
imagine
they're
if being in
making
prison on Mars, and now it costs you like $1 billion for every 10 minutes of air. Like, rich people ain't so happy about being in prison anymore, you know?
You guys realize they're making this oxygen for David Blaine so that he can go stand in the thing in the bubble. And they're like, you only have 10 minutes.
He's gonna stay there for 20, mind free.
How long can he stay?
How long can he stay out there?
Dude, honestly, this is getting out of hand. There's already oxygen on Mars.
Yeah,
That is
don't
crazy.
you guys know this is
That
just
is a
David
trip.
Blaine's next video?
So, how far off do you think we are from having hotels in space now that they've made
Hotels in
this stuff?
space? I don't know. The Hilton bounced back pretty quick from the recession. I would say $1 billion.
Would you get a Motel 6 on Mars?
Hell no. Dude, I don't care what planet. It's always got bed
Only
bugs.
if they
Don't go
call
to
it a
Motel 6.
Mars-tel.
Yeah. There's no life on Mars. Motel 6 is bringing bed bugs.
That's so stupid.
Don't go to Motel 6. Jesus Christ. Space
Mars-tel
lice?
6.
Yeah. Yeah. You could
Speaking
be-
of things that can live in anything, I present you guys the immortal jellyfish. Turritopsis dorni, or the immortal jellyfish, is a jellyfish that ages, and as soon as it's finished aging, it spits out the little membrane that holds all the shit, all the DNA and memories that the jellyfish has collected, and it turns into a fucking tree on the seafloor, right? And then when that tree is matured, another jellyfish blooms from it, man. This thing is immortal, technically.
You're telling me jellyfish turns into a tree, then turns into a jellyfish again?
Yeah.
Okay, you need to send me this article because that's my whole new life plan.
100%.
Yeah, me and
I'm telling
Michael
you, dude.
coming back over and over again. You can't get rid of us now. You shouldn't have told us
Yeah.
that. We're like Jedis.
Yeah. And I'm
We
also
would have
trying-
known that all you had to do to live forever was
Is
take
there no tree?
everything that you learned and put it in another body.
Yeah, I can totally do that now. So here's the thing. I'm a quick learner. So if a fucking jellyfish can figure that out, it'll take me a week, tops. Me and Michael are going to come back as trees. I guarantee it.
Can you imagine seeing like a half-grown Cameron just hanging in from a tree, dude?
Oh, God. Balls first.
He's like Groot,
Drop it
but
from the
like-
tree.
With tattoos and
He
like
can talk to you, just his like torso. He's like, "What's up,
It's
man?"
holding a Starbucks. It's like, hey, man, what's up? What's going on? Jesus.
racism.
That's where racism comes from. Oh, my God. Okay. Dude, that's pretty dope. You gotta send me that article. I didn't realize when you talked about it, I thought you were just saying some bullshit, but it sounds
Yeah.
like this is like that movie Phantasm, but with a jellyfish.
I should clarify. Theoretically, it is immortal. In captivity, it is immortal. In nature, it does have natural predators that will come and try to fuck with it.
It's like a Highlander situation.
Wow.
There can only be one.
Honestly, I'm growing thorns on my tree. I have self-defense mechanisms already pre-thought out. My tree's poisonous. Try and get at me. It makes your eyes water like an onion. I eat a lot of onions.
But yeah, following up on some not so fun news, 1.5 million pay-per-view buys
Don't
were
say-
finessed from
don't-
the general public.
Yes, don't say who, but Ben
We're
Askren
not going to
got
give
his
this guy
ass
the
beat
promo.
and
Fuck
made,
him.
Made some money.
Yeah, stop supporting that.
Yeah. I'll say this: the
Shenanigans were
Snoop
called.
Dogg performance and the Justin Bieber performance beforehand were lit.
Honestly, Oscar De La Hoya trying to perform as being sober, that was hilarious. Yeah. Trying to perform like he was somewhere in his mind and not
That man is a
totally
national
turned
treasure.
somewhere
You keep
else.
some respect on your tone when
Hey,
you talk about him.
You could put that man on 6 pounds of heroin, he could still beat my ass in a fight.
Yeah.
But it's so funny seeing him try to
Cameron-
play straight. He's
Cameron
like,
and I did actually catch the UFC fights that were happening during
Did anyone watch
Saturday
those?
fights.
and those were way worth it. So
Yeah. The Whitaker's performance was maybe the best of his career, but
Do you
absolutely.
think 3
That was a
minutes
be-
into that other fight, people were like, fuck, I really could have gone and watched the other one?
I mean, it didn't even last 3 minutes. It was 10 seconds. They didn't even do a 10-second count. I didn't want to talk about it. It was
Yeah.
garbage. It was not even a real boxing.
should have watched the
match.
UFC.
yeah.
It was a better use of your time.
The only person who was acting more than Saweetie during her performance was the boxers during their performance. But yeah, Whitaker, performance of a lifetime, Jesus Christ, versus Gastelum, who almost beat Adesanya. So
Yeah.
after seeing that, it makes me so excited for the rematch.
Shout out
Oh
to
my God.
Gastelum, dude, because that was a fucking like back and forth fight. Like we were both saying like, man, at one point we were like, dude, we really don't know who's gonna like win this fight, dude, because it was, I mean, there was points where it looked like Gastelum had the upper hand, kind of like when they were standing up, but then towards the end you're just like, no, it's not.
It got away from him. It got
Yeah.
away from him. But, I mean, think about Yoel Romero side by side with Kelvin Gastelum, and you're telling me they fought the same guy, and Gastelum was able to take the same amount of damage. He took less damage. His defenses were better
Mhm.
than
Yeah, he's a
Yoel.
beast,
But that
dude.
he was facing that same thing that Yoel Romero faced and couldn't take down.
Mhm.
And he got, I think, closer, arguably closer. I mean, some people
Well,
said
Yoel
the punch was
Romero's
close, but
been around for fucking decades at this point.
his fights were a couple years ago, though, and he's also an Olympic athlete, which Kelvin
Yeah.
Gastelum did not compete in Olympics, and Yoel Romero has a mountain of steroids, so that changes things, too.
Yep.
So, yeah, it was crazy. The fact that Kelvin, once again, he can stand with the best, it's absolutely insane. He didn't do as much damage, though, as he did to Adesanya. And so the idea of seeing...
There's something to be said about UFC fighters that not necessarily like they're not like winning all the fights, but they are a guy that you watch compete against those dudes that are winning, and they make them work every time. Like there's something to be said about
Entertaining.
those dudes, man.
So we're doing it at the
You
end
know-
of the day.
You know what I wonder about Kelvin? I don't want to drag on this the last thing I say on it, but he can obviously drop a weight class. Imagine that freaking speed and power one weight class down. Jesus
that'd be
Christ.
insane.
Khabib's not there. He doesn't got to worry about the best wrestler in the world mauling him. He
Khabib
could
ain't
literally
here
have a
no more.
heyday. If this dude can get on a diet plan, on a routine, on something, get some lipo, whatever you need to do. But if he could get down to 170, Jesus Christ, that division would be terrified.
Yeah.
I mean, Usman versus Gastelum is a dang good fight. He don't got a jab like Whitaker does. His wrestling's better, but he don't got a jab like it. Anyway, sorry, I don't want to drag.
So now that all the female listeners have left the building,
Yeah, we got all the women out of the room.
let's talk about vaccines.
Talk about the vaccine.
Well, so there's two angles to this. So what was the mosquito thing, Michael? I heard about this a while ago, but I guess they
Okay,
hadn't actually
so
done it.
yeah, there's been talk about this for a while, but they're actually releasing. This was like last week, I think. They're actually releasing those GMO mosquitoes in
Heck yeah,
Florida,
dude.
and so they're out there. I think they're out there now. They're just out in the world.
Is there something to be said about genetically modifying an animal and releasing it back into its?
It's definitely a god play move. I
Right.
don't like that. Here's my thing, though. If science going to intervene in the mosquito territory, can we just nuke these motherfuckers? Like, why are we making them anything different other than not here?
Yeah.
Like-
Why are we not putting a death virus in every mosquito and then letting
Oh,
them
no.
spread it to other
No,
mosquitoes?
that sounds like we're going to die now. I don't like that.
What do you?
but
The way you said
kill
that was
everybody.
like, why aren't we killing?
No, it's not going to kill
everyone?
humans. It's going to kill the other
Let's not do
mosquitoes.
a virus that spreads and transmits. We have enough of those, maybe.
That's what you just
Jesus
said.
Christ.
Why are we putting a death virus in mosquitoes?
What if we put Megadeth out there? It's like, no. What if instead
Jesus,
we get
dude.
bug spray?
Holy
You know? I'm just talking about cheaper bug spray, so we can just douse them all at the same time.
Listen, have you ever been to South Lake Tahoe? Have you ever been to South Lake Tahoe?
Most
No.
people-
Then you should know what the fucking mosquitoes are like out there.
It's pretty terrible. Can I say, parts of Asia I've been to have been worse. When you get in the deep, deep jungle, some of those mosquitoes get out of hand. And you look down at one arm, and there's like 12 on one arm, and they're like the size of cockroaches. And it's like, oh,
Fuck
no.
no, dude.
It's pretty
Fuck
scary. It's
no.
pretty bad. That's a little bit of an overstatement, but
I'll suck
I'm
the
short,
shit
so-
out of a mosquito, dude.
You literally have to box them. It's like Mike Tyson's Punch Out times 1,000. It's like Galaga. You're playing Galaga versus mosquitoes. It's not good. I'm sorry.
See, but why are they releasing these mosquitoes?
Yeah.
Why are they
It's-
releasing
it's,
them?
it's actually what you said. They're doing like a death virus kind of thing. It's kind of scary.
Are they doing a death virus kind of thing with mosquitoes?
Oh, I don't know.
I think
I
they're
don't even
making it to where
know,
they
dude.
can't carry a disease. I think they genetically modified them where they can't carry malaria or something like that. They're blocking
Yeah.
their ability to transmit certain diseases, I think.
Yeah.
That would be
hold on.
nice. It would be nice
Or
not to have
maybe
to worry about
reproduce or
malaria
something.
when I'm socking the shit out of one of these things.
I'm going to punch a
Um,
mosquito in the face. Ooh, we got that big ass nose. I'm going to break that shit.
You ever seen a
It's
bee movie?
reducing- Whoa. I don't know, dude.
Is it death virus? It sounds like death virus the more you get worried. whenever
Yeah,
you see
what you said.
Yeah,
is
look on
pretty-
your face.
Is what you said is pretty on point, Cameron. Now that I'm reading that into
Okay.
it.
Yeah, I remember hearing about it a little while ago, but I didn't know the actual release had happened. But the Johnson & Johnson got the update, right? They're back in business?
Yeah,
They're back out in the
J&J's back.
streets.
That is not
Single
good.
dose action
That
going
is
out.
not good. It
Hey,
already
hey,
had
man,
a lower...
you know what I'm saying?
it already had
Sometimes
a
you
lower
just need to
protection
get back
rate.
to the shelf, reconvene, regather, and then just get back out there.
And then just get right back out there without doing anything different.
So 6 people got blood clots.
Very-
So Sebastian isn't here right now. Oh,
Can I-
wait.
Sebastian's 5G went out the next week. Not a big deal. I'm
Yeah,
just
definitely
saying.
nothing to do with this.
Hey,
Yeah, that
it was
microchip
sus
is messing with his
already.
internet, bro. He can't fucking log in.
Dude. It was sus when it was weaker. When it was weaker, there was only one shot and all the shit was different. It didn't need to be frozen. You could just put it in a bathtub or a toilet. That was weird. We didn't say anything. It was already sus. When they took it off the shelf, everybody was like, oh yeah. Nobody doubted. Nobody was like, we need these vaccines. People were like, well, duh. Their baby powder will explode your house, of
Dude,
course.
this is like
Everybody
watching.
knew.
Yeah, the Johnson & Johnson coming back from getting pulled off the shelves is like watching these canceled comedians trying to come back on Patreon. You're just like,
OJ on Twitter.
You're like, okay, I guess I'll go pay $5 a month, dude, to listen to this podcast.
You're right. I guess you do deserve my money now that you're a monster and we know
It's
it.
definitely it's definitely similar. Like it comes back on the shelf, you're like, I don't know, maybe I'll go. You're like, are other people doing it? You're like, how many other people are listening? You're like, maybe I'll.
That's totally
There's a lot
it.
of subscribers. Maybe it's okay. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
Honestly, if they made guns illegal, people will go out and buy guns. People would go out and buy guns. I think that's what happened with Crystalia. Like, now that Crystalia's illegal, he's actually getting more followers.
I want to talk about something that happened last night because it was a breakthrough in Anthony's abilities as a stoner. It was a great moment for him.
I'd like to clear up. I'm not a stoner.
What?
I am not a stoner.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
He's
wouldn't-
not a stoner.
I wouldn't call myself a
Sorry.
stoner.
Don't call him that. Sorry. Anyways, we were smoking weed and we were.
Where do you work, Anthony? Never mind.
We were doing. And Anthony's always had kind of a trouble doing a dab, and I've been trying to explain to him for a while that it's because he's not breathing correctly when he does it, and he has kind of been like, well, yeah, whatever with me for a while on that. But last
About 2
night he
years.
kind of listened to what I have been saying, and I like kind of showed him what to do, and he actually did a full ass dab last night, and it was really awesome. And we were
Immediately
high.
afterwards, Michael started playing some like rock, death rock, metal music,
Started
right?
showing him some new
And
bands
I was
that
so
found.
lit. I was like, "Yo, dude, Gen Z doesn't know shit about this, dude. This music is gonna die with us, man."
And he started ranting about how history is being erased, and like we're all like nobody's gonna know anything. And he's like, dude, I showed these guys Aerosmith, dude, and they had no idea who they were, bro. And then I was like, yeah, dude, you gotta listen to fucking.
That's the most hipster thing ever. I was into Aerosmith before they're cool. Aerosmith
was so
was
funny.
what your
He's
mom
like, these Gen
had
Zers
sex
don't
to.
even know,
Okay.
dude. They don't even know, dude.
There's 8-year-olds right now who can play like whole Metallica albums on like multiple instruments.
Bro, it's so
that
funny,
music's not
dude.
dead.
I went full like typical.
You were very
Twisted
high.
guy.
It was
You
great.
were very high.
I just even mentioned, I was like, he's like, yeah, we should talk about this, dude. I'm like, yeah, man, you're pretty hot right now. It's all good.
That's how much you smoke if you're doing like a weed therapy class. They get you that level of it.
Oh, so funny, man. And
Yeah,
I was all like,
vibing.
For the audio listeners, Michael is laughing too.
sorry, yeah. I had to lean. I try not to laugh directly into the mic because it's loud.
It's a good habit.
Yeah.
It's a good
Oh, sometimes I do that just
I
so
do. I
you
laugh
guys can
directly
hear
into the
me.
mic.
Yeah, I edit those laughs. I edit those laughs that you do, Anthony, directly into the mic. I can see. They're
we
visible.
we edit a laugh track in for Michael. He's like,
Oh my god.
sometimes
Oh,
it's
man.
B-roll from other people. Like,
You guys want to move on to the only segment that we actually had planned?
hold on, weren't we gonna share people a Turkish crypto scam? What's that about? I want to find out.
Oh
Dude,
yeah,
I-
I want.
I need to find out for self-defense.
I had the article pulled up. I didn't think we were gonna.
Is it in Turkish or can you translate?
A Turkish cryptocurrency exchange with about 400,000 users has been accused of pulling an exit scam. Its CEO has reportedly fled Turkey, allegedly taking $2 billion of customer funds with him. The police have an arrest warrant for CEO and 62 people that have been detained in connection.
Damn.
We gotta get a Bitcoin going because there is clearly
Yeah.
billions in it.
I mean,
Yeah, I've
We
been
gotta
saying
get a
this for a
mutual
while.
fund going for this stuff.
this guy's basically
yeah,
doing
I'm
what I
not sure
talked
you
about
know
doing
what a
last
mutual fund
episode,
is,
except
but-
for he's not destroying the money and
Yeah.
making the NFTs with it. He just took it from you. So I mean,
He
At
just
least
took your money and he's just.
at
gone
least
with
you'd
it.
have a picture. At least you'd have a picture of your money with me. Like, come on.
There was no Lamborghini anywhere.
You have something to remember it by. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ,
you
don't
could
be
frame
alone
it.
without
You
any
could be
memories
like-
of your money.
Remember that time I had money? Yeah. I don't have it anymore.
This is all the stuff I used to have.
So yeah, dude. Anyway, I mean, yeah, I thought that was interesting because I mean, it's pretty scary to think like you log into this, you create an account, you're like, oh, I'm trading crypto, and then your money just is gone. I don't know how.
Yeah, that's actually my fantasy in reverse. Like I'm trying to be on the other side of that, like taking someone's money on crypto. Yeah, I picture myself waking up in the Maldives and like all these people have given me all of their money, and I'm just like I'm paying to have like local like primates like.
That was just
monkeys
such a
on
funny
leashes feed
thing.
me
This is my
fruit.
fantasy in reverse.
Yeah. Reverse that, and that's a dream come true. Reverse the flow on that. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail
Okay.
you, Anthony. What was
No,
you were
you're
taking
good.
us really beautifully segued into that?
Should I introduce this, Anthony? Or do
Yeah, I have no idea what. Yeah,
I
go
will
for
introduce you introducing it. This is Michael doing an over-under on something that I think a lot of us probably saw and listened to.
Yeah, so a lot of people know about or listen to the Joe Rogan podcast, and he had a guest on recently, Shannon Swan, talked about plastic and how it's having a huge effect on male sperm count and like fertility, the future of fertility rates and stuff like that. So we wanted to play a game that is, which person on the Cowboyrowdy podcast has the least amount of sperm because of our exposure to plastic?
Yeah, he's at the low sperm cap.
Who's the least fertile on the Cowboyrowdy podcast?
I just want to go on the record before we get into this that I've been saying for years now, don't eat plastic.
So I have like a bunch of these plastic water bottles next to me and around me right now.
Okay.
I also I feel like I don't have a lot of sperm.
Look, guys, I don't mean to brag, but like everything around me is ceramic or metal. I have a couple textiles, but I got like next to no plastic, and for a reason. I am very anti-plastic.
Oh yeah,
I was
really
actually
worried about
born
these
in a
genetics
plastic
being
cult.
passed on, huh?
Say the mixer
Actually,
and
it
stuff
isn't
like
just this that's worried me. My mom didn't use things that were put in like canned stuff unless necessary because she was worried about the chemicals used in the preservatives for the canning industry would mess with your like pituitary development and stuff, which is also part of the development that plastic inhibits as well. So my mom was like OG, no vaccinations, no nothing. We make everything from home. She made her own flour by hand and like at a mill and stuff like that.
Wow.
She'd make all her own bread. My mom was super OG with it. So
Wow.
I got sperm for days.
Nice. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I've talked about on this growing up in a farm and stuff like that. I feel not to that level, but I feel like I
But
was
more organic though.
in a similar tier. Yeah, I never we kind of had like used a lot of like mason jar. Like my mom canned a lot of stuff like with mason jars, and so that we like, and it was
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
stuff she
Same
grew.
deal.
Yeah, stuff
Yep.
we grew and stuff like that. So I feel like growing up, I didn't have a whole lot, but like jobs I've had, like, I mean,
We don't gotta go
working
into
in-
all right now.
working
We're
in
just, like,
restaurants,
giving
I've had a
precursory
big
what our
exposure to
backgrounds are,
plastic and
yeah.
stuff, but I mean, a lot of it was metal, but yeah, I don't
So
know.
Anthony's surrounded by plastic, and me and you are plastic-free boys. So
Yeah, I
that's,
didn't
that's
grow
the
up
basic starting.
on a farm or I don't know. I didn't grow up with I got my vaccines.
Anthony's also never been
Sorry.
camping, right? And Anthony's never been camping, so he has like zero.
I've never been
exposure.
camping. Fuck that. I'm not going
So
out
let's
in
do
the
some
wild,
over-unders
bro.
on this. Let's do
There's
some
no Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I
over-unders.
think
there.
Anthony's.
Let's-
I
let's-
think Anthony's
Let's
definitely.
do this. I got the first category for the over-under to figure out who's got the best sperm count. And by the way, like you can count mine with your naked eye. I have huge sperm. So, let's just say this: over/under. How many days since the last time you drank from a plastic water bottle? I can say. I
did
8,
yesterday.
I think.
I'm
Approximately
being probably like 2 minutes. I literally just drank water
Alright, I
from
did it
plastic
yesterday.
water.
So,
It was
so
a
I
green
beat the
tea.
shit
See,
out
See,
of
I
you
don't have a
guys
lot.
for that
I don't have a
one.
lot of sperm, but they're very powerful.
It was a green
So-
tea, but I normally use my water bottle, my reusable, but it was a green tea that I drank, so it was from.
It sounds like
plastic.
Michael's sperm go for speed. Okay, so everybody's got their own.
See, instead
category.
of
We're
like
taking the lead in, it
billions
sounds
of
like.
Persian sperm, I have like a million Spartan sperm.
Mine are just aggressive. Mine are mean. I've been told by multiple women that I have very mean sperm. But anyways, let's go into the next category. Yeah, job. You brought this up, Michael. Whose job has the greatest risk of exposure to plastic?
I mean, I work in like manufacturing and stuff right now, so I'm around a lot of bags and like plastic lids for jars and stuff like that. So,
How long did you
guess-
work there?
I mean, that's what I do right now. But like
Duration wise?
I've been there for almost 3 years.
So 3
so-
years of light exposure, maybe.
And then before that, I worked in
Actually-
restaurants, so I was around all the plastic that they use in there. But there's a lot
What
of
plastic in
metal.
a restaurant?
All the
ceramic, I think,
packaging and
metal.
stuff. I mean, you're not like, I don't know if like the plastic
I would put restaurant as
cups.
mild though. I would put restaurant as mild. If
Yeah.
you're
Did you ever
stocking-
wear a cup in like sports, like high school sports?
Yeah.
No.
Those are a hard plastic that was right next to your stuff, man.
Yep. I wore one in
Well,
baseball.
let's stick with job first. We'll do childhood as a separate one, probably. So we'll do job. You have 3 years of like light exposure. Anthony, what's like your? Do you have any like exposure to plastic?
Oh,
in your
Anthony's
history?
exposed to plastic quite a bit. I think, right?
Anthony's a
Yeah.
plastic maestro. So you
I
got,
mean,
there's
there's an abundant cigarettes of plastic at my
It's
work
like
site,
hanging
yes.
around you.
And you worked at a gas
It's
station
on the whole
before
sales
that, right?
floor, yeah,
You
actually.
worked at a gas station before that, and petroleum is what they make plastic
Yeah,
parts from.
bro.
Oh, yeah, no, I would get high off the
So-
fumes, dude. I would
So you
get
got
high
like
off the
4
fumes.
years of
Bro.
heavy
I'm talking
levels
about
of
like
plastic
cigarette
exposure.
smoke and gas fumes.
Yeah,
you know.
so, yeah. By the way, you're not supposed to smoke at a gas station, but yeah, I thought
That's just something we say to keep you guys
That's a
from.
That's an
taking
old
our
wives'
smoke
tale.
spots.
You can't around the diesel.
You could totally be on your phone too. Like it doesn't matter.
So you got like 4 years of like very heavy plastic exposure, and I work from home, so I have like none. So okay, actually no, I didn't take it back. I had a year where I worked in a
Are
shop
you
where
not
I
touching
welded
a
vinyl.
plastic keyboard like on the regular?
It's metal keys, but
Oh.
I had a job where I actually welded vinyl for about a year. That was like melted plastic right in my nose. So I'm gonna say I have 1 year of heavy exposure. So over under, I think Anthony wins with 4.
What about
3
working? What about like all the like cable and stuff? Isn't that not plastic?
Yeah. You're telling
No,
me you haven't
almost none
handled
of
any
it.
plastic?
The
then?
casing
I'm a
on it?
manager.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's like, I tell
guess
people to hold the plastic.
The knobs on an excavator backhoe or something like that. There's rubber and there's some plastic on that. So yeah, and some of the handles they're mostly rubber, but some are plastic. So I would say maybe like 4 years of moderate, 1 year of heavy.
Interesting.
But I would say the moderate is less because you get time to recover from that bad plastic. I don't know how it works, but I'm assuming
don't
3
either,
years
yeah.
of moderate is less than 1 year of hard. And I
I
already
think
have
the
1
moral
year
of the
hard.
story here is that we should all just freeze our sperm now.
Yes. I've been freezing a lot. I have like 3 freezers. So Anthony, so far, I would say Anthony's got the heaviest. I would say me and Mike might
Vasectomy,
be
boys.
tied. Yeah.
Anthony's
So
sperm are
what-
just like sitting down. They're like, "Hey, dude, what's up, dude?"
Yeah, this next one is easy. She talked about on the thing childhood development and being able to measure the space between your balls and your butthole, the taint. And so I think over under, I'm looking at like 6 inches.
Your balls to your butthole.
I'm trying to like
I don't think.
6 inches. That's
I was
a lot of
guessing.
real estate.
I was guessing. That's some space. That's some space to work with.
Measuring tape. I could go off.
Just what's a frame of reference? If you think about like a cell phone, how many cell phones? Like 1 1/4 cell phones, 1 cell phone, 3/4 of a cell phone,
There's probably like 1.5 cell phones.
1.5 cell phones. Okay.
From
So I
like
think
the base of ball sack to like butthole.
yeah, I'm talking. That's I'm gonna put you at like 7 1/4 for Anthony.
I think like.
His voice gets high. That's how you can tell he's insecure. Sorry, go ahead.
It's like. I think it's like one whole phone, probably. I don't know.
Yeah, well, whole phone. So I'll put you at like 6.5, somewhere around there, 7. So Anthony is not as tall as you, is he? Or are you guys the same height?
I'm taller than Anthony.
I'm 6
Okay,
foot.
so he's got the bigger taint though. So at this point, Anthony is proven that childhood development he has the lead. So
Oh well.
I'm just a big fucking brown American winning machine, bro.
so according to this doctor, he had the best head start, but then he blew up by working at a gas station, and his balls are shriveling. Yeah.
So he's like the rabbit, and we're like the turtle,
Exactly, we're the sperm turtle.
and he's the sperm rabbit.
Rabbit.
He's
You're
yeah.
the sperm hair.
He's the jackrabbit. We're the sperm turtle.
Jack Rabbit.
Holy shit, life is pain, bro.
So I think the moral of the story is Anthony needs to get to getting if he wants to have kids in this lifetime.
Yeah, and I feel like Sebastian probably has had less exposure. I think like out of
No.
everybody.
I
on
would
the
disagree.
podcast, it's
I would
Anthony.
disagree. He's been working on government issue computers, which are all plastic all the time.
That's true.
And you've seen him record. He has like 5 microphones taped to his face. The tape is plastic, for crying out loud. This
Yeah.
man can't stop. So I think he has heavy plastic exposure. I don't want to guess his taint size. That would be too personal. But I think.
But you
personally that
felt
his-
free to just make
We
fun
should put it in
of
cell
me
phones.
for
We
mine,
should put it in
dude.
cell phones. We should at least put it in cell phones. I mean, I don't know. Anyways.
I'm just fucking kidding.
Jesus.
this was a, this
Oh
was a
man,
tear.
my
I wish I was
takeaway-
immortal jellyfish
My takeaway
already.
today from the episode is that support real sports like the UFC, and also coming up, the new expansion draft NHL. Support the Seattle Kraken. Shout out.
I don't know what the Kraken means.
And yeah, I'm glad we found out who the least fertile is on the podcast. And also,
Well, based on his 300s theory, fertility was not on the line. That is just a theory at this point. We'll let him get his.
Oh no!
paperwork
We can experiment later. I'll show you.
Yeah.
For sexual solicitation on the podcast. Okay.
First,
I didn't think I was going to be assaulted today, but okay.
Yeah, today's episode was fun. The beginning made me laugh really hard. Yeah.
That's gonna be cut for sure. That's gotta be cut. Is that gonna be okay to just? Is that gonna be okay to just put out there?
I thought it was funny. I don't know. It looks like I'm battling. Like I'm like, dude. I'm like against it. I am against it. I don't need to say that.
I am against it. You don't have to prove it. Thus, now defend.
By the way, yeah, my recap of the episode is that I am against racism. It's bad. I'm serious. I'm not joking. Fuck racist, dude. Like, what do you guys got, dude? Fucking.
This was alert. This was the National Geographic episode.
Fuck. Yeah. My takeaway is I don't know what I'm gonna be doing when this episode gets put out, but I'll be drafting an apology letter.
I don't think we need to apologize.
No. The only people who need to apologize are the guys who did that Turkish crypto scam.
Facts. 2.2 billion. Are you kidding me? Fuck that guy.
Yeah,
that's my
or at least hook a
takeaway.
brother up. I mean, you gotta have some kind of positive option.
Give me a
besides just
wraith,
going,
bro.
Like, I want to be in the Maldives. Yeah, give a guy a wraith. My takeaway is probably, like, for real, I'm on that jellyfish game, for real.
Yeah.
Like, that is crazy. If David Blaine can swallow a fish, I can turn into a tree. Like, we're going to do this. We're going to make it happen. And we're sending rich people to Mars.
Go read a book.
It's not that great.
Peace out.
Hey everybody, thanks for listening to the episode. Make sure to check us out on Instagram at Cowboy Rowdy Podcast, also on Facebook and YouTube at The Cowboy Rowdy Podcast.
Check me out on Facebook and Instagram at kmbz.berry and see me on YouTube at CB Comedy. I'm just below the little Indian kid who makes funny videos in his room.
You can follow me at The Ghost of Anthony on Instagram and at Young Bathman on Twitter.
And follow me, Sebastian, on Instagram at Seinfeld.
And you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at _mbooth.